How y'all doing? It's time for another round of cooking. How y'all doing? What we're going to do today is a beef stroganoff. I saw this recipe the other day online, and it looked like a really good recipe to give a try. So I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it my own twist. Got my cast iron pot right here. Throw a little bit of vegetable oil in there. What we're going to need today is we're going to need some ground beef. We're going to need some mushroom. I've got some diced onion. Had those the other night. Got some leftovers, so I'm going to use those tonight. We're going to need some beef broth. You can make your own if you want. I may need this, I may not. It's a little bit of cornstarch. I might need that to thicken it up. Of course, we've got lowereys, we've got the lemon pepper, we've got the garlic and the onion powder. Another thing that we're going to need is sour cream. You've got to have sour cream in your stroganoff. Another thing too is the onion soup and dip mix, just for an extra kick. What I did different is the original recipe put a packet of this into this and let it soften while it was cooking, in the liquid while it was cooking. What I did the other day was I went ahead and I put it in my sour cream a couple days ago. I stirred it all up. That way it was everything in there is nice and soft and absorbing everything, and it's ready to go. Do it how you want to, one way or another. What I'm going to do first here is I'm going to find a knife. Should have had one of those ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and get this meat mixture right here at the cooking. I bought this meat Sunday over at the store. I guess it's got a little air to it. I mean, it's still red. It's still good. Still smells good. And y'all know I like to break my meat up. I think it helps in the long run when you're trying to break things up. Right now I'm barely on medium on my heat. Another thing that we're going to use too is some egg noodles. I'll get those out here in a minute. Those are still in the pantry. Oh yeah, break that all up real good like. Come over here and wash the hands. I don't know about y'all's neck of the woods, but over here it's going to haul off and turn cold. We got some cold fronts about to move through. The highs this weekend's going to be in 20s, maybe 30s. In fact, the temperature's just going to go down Saturday. Today is Wednesday, and so tomorrow cold fronts are going to start moving through. So this is going to be a nice hearty meal to get us ready for get things going. I'm going to turn this up. It's gotten a little cold. And season as you go. You guys know that. There's the granulated garlic powder. There's some onion powder. There's some lemon pepper. Good helping of lowereys. I wasn't going to do this quite yet. I was going to let this cook a little longer, but I'm going to go ahead and throw in my onion. And I thought about putting, had a little peel right there. I thought about throwing in a clove or two of garlic. Now there's no thinking about it. We're going to put in about 2 cloves of garlic. And I have seen this done. I have not done it myself. I'm going to give it a try. I should have just turned you a little bit so you can see a little better. Chop your garlic up, throw some salt on there. And just mash it real good. I don't see that really doing much good except for making the board smell good. Maybe a little oil has been released. I'll tell you what, that sure does smell good. Add that garlic in there. I just found out where I could view my channel subscribers, who's all subscribed to me. I think we all have one in common, and that is Shot Dog Sam. And we all know key phrase from his cooking is clean up as you go. Clean up as you go. Tomorrow's trash day, so I got to take the trash down tonight. So trash bag in here is a little full. Alright, well, I've been sitting there goofing around cutting up onions, the garlic. This right here is pretty much turned brown. You don't need to be staring at me, you need to be looking here. It's pretty much turned brown. The onions are going translucent. That's a good thing. Don't jump out of that pot. Get back in yonder. I was going to do this in a separate pot, but I don't believe I'm going to. We got a lot of, I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm not even sure if there's a way I can get you in there to see that, but we got a lot of liquid in there. Water that's come off the onions and the garlic, and there's still water in that beef, but also through some grease in there from that 80-20. So I'm going to do, I'm going to come over to my cabinet over here and get my flour out. I'm going to put about 1/4 cup flour in there. Maybe a shade more. Let's stir this in here to that. Oh yeah, it's thickening that part right there up real good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this. I should have just took that liquid out and cooked it in its own container. I want to cook this flour real good. I don't want any flour taste. I want a good roux out of it. Got another one tried to jump out right there. Get back in there. I'm going to go ahead. I believe that's cooked well enough. That flour in there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up to a high. I'm going to pour my beef broth in here. Ooh-wee, almost didn't get a big enough skillet, I guess. A little dripping right there, clean up as you go. Oh yeah. That's already starting to look good, I guarantee you. We hadn't even added sour cream yet. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to cut you guys away. No use in boring you guys sitting there watching me stir this until it heats up to a thickening, but I'll bring you guys back here in a minute. Alright, just a few minutes have gone by and I realized I have forgot something. In fact, I forgot two somethings, and I'd be wrong if I didn't put them in there. And those two somethings, you can see this is starting to come to the boil. Come full thickening here in a minute. We're going to put some Worcestershire sauce in there. Worcestershire sauce, however you want to pronounce it, it's fine with me. Get old ketchup, and about that much, maybe that much. We never did really salt it except for garlic, so we're going to put a little bit of salt in there right now. We're going to give this a stir. Yeah, that starting to smell good right there, y'all. Alright, back in a minute. Alright, a few minutes have gone by, and as you guys can see, I hope you can see. Yeah, there you can see. I've got two pans on the stove. I have pretty much split this in half. One thing that we need to do, while I'm thinking about it, is we need to temper our sour cream. Put a little bit of that liquid in there. We don't want our sour cream to separate. We want this to look pleasing to the eye. But you notice I've got two pans on here. My daughter does not like mushrooms, so I split this in half. That way I can have mushrooms. Oh yeah, like that. And they don't have to have mushrooms. Where's my stir? There we go. Now, I'll just stir this in real good. This is a 24-ounce deal of sour cream. That little bit was gone, so probably about 20 ounces, plus or minus. Put some onion soup mix in there. Sunday afternoon to get those onions nice and tender. That way everything will add a little bit more liquid in there. That way all this, oh yeah, that's starting to look good. It's starting to temper out pretty good. Now the hard part here is for me to divide this up evenly. I might have to see how this goes. I may have a little bit more in mine than they do theirs. Oh well. Oh yeah. Well, I apologize for my arm being in the way. I want to make sure I get all that out of there. Every bit of that gone. Still some in there. Right around the top right there. Just those too good to leave, but I'll be against the law to leave any of that. Alright. Get you in this back skillet back here. I've got this on about a medium heat. I'm gonna stir this in real good. You can see that's starting to look real good right there. In fact, I'm making a mess with it. Get a little carried away with that stirring. What I'm going to do right now is turn that down to low. We're not going to need it for a little while yet. I'm going to turn that down to a low. Let just that low simmer for a while. Now, paint you back over here. There we go. Really don't think I need this one anymore. Put that over in the sink, clean up as you go. Don't think I need my unsticker anymore neither. Clean up as we go. Let's stir this all in here. Another thing about this too, she wants to give the mushrooms a try. She can try some of this. This right here is on slow simmer right now. It's going to slow simmer, and those mushrooms right there are going to get good and tender. Make sure and get that all over right there. I tell you what, that does look good. It's a shame that YouTube doesn't have a smell-o-tube. You know, or what they want to call it, smell-o-vision. Since it's YouTube, Google Tube, what do you want to call it today? That ain't smell-o-tube, to be a smell-o-tube. Smell-o-Google tube, I don't know. Anyway, I'll bring you back, whenever we plate this up. Alright, y'all, we're back. And as promised, I'm going to plate some of this up. I got some cheap egg noodles. They ain't cook up worth a darn. They'll teach me to buy cheap. Anyway, you can see how good that right there looks. Thickened up just right. I'll serve mine in a bowl. And right there. That's a dinner fit for a king, I guarantee you. So give this a try. I'll put the recipe at the bottom. In fact, I might even make a slide. And you guys give this a try. Talk to you later.